Hello. I bet you're expecting Oz and Micah. Me too. They are. They're not here yet. Micah, we haven't heard from. Oz is dropping his missus off at karate. So yeah. And I just realised I've not put this on Instagram, so I'm going to do that now. I don't know if you can still hear me, but cool. So hi everyone. Yeah. So I thought it'd be worth coming on. Oh, there's Micah. Hello, mate.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here?
We got a new layout on Restream, but yeah, Oz ain't here yet, so I thought you went on. I was going to come on. Must be bad. Steve's on. Yeah, I know. Scraping the fucking barrel. But I like. I've said to you and Oz before. I like the little chats that I had prior to the live stream. And this actually, this way, Oz will drop in and you can have that natural conversation. But yeah, I thought, because I don't want to obviously steal any thunder from you guys. I don't want to talk about the games or anything, but obviously with the big, I'm sure. Have you heard yet that there's a new
CEO
announced? Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's what I wanted to sort of go talk about. Have you read anything about it, or do you know anything about it?
No, I've not heard. So I need you to educate me and tell me.
Probably not the best person, but actually, let's read it from the horse's mouth as it. Let's go to Baffa's post and read it. I was looking at, like, there was a lot of comments and people even going at each other in the comments. It seems to be more since I've looked at it. So Baffa posted about it, and then people in the comments are a bit like ranging from like, oh, you know, welcome, you know, good luck and all that, like genuine, to people sort of saying good luck more sarcastically, and then people arguing. So it's obviously a contentious piece. But so let me read everything first, and then, because I don't know if I don't feel that it's enough to say I've got an opinion, but I certainly got a view on stuff at the moment. You know, like what I'm thinking about now.
Okay.
So anyway, so they say, I'm going to read it. I'm going to look up to read it because that's what the screen is. So Baffa is delighted to announce the appointment of, oh man, I'm going to say his name wrong, aren't I? Chad. Chad's easy enough. Ellertson. I think it's Ellertson. Sorry if I'm not saying that correctly. As the new chief executive officer. Chad brings a wealth of experience in leadership and transformational change within the sports sector, having held pivotal roles in the Football Association and in directorship capacities with England Handball and Swim England. So 2 governing bodies. Okay. Well, 3 technically. You know, FA is a governing body. But he's been a director at 2 smaller sport NGBs. So it then goes on to say, Baffa Chair Nicole McCulloch said, "We're delighted to appoint Chad with..." sorry, I need to fucking read it properly. "We're delighted to appoint someone with Chad's breadth of experience to the role of BAFFA CEO at this crucial time for our organisation." I always think every time's fucking crucial, right? Like, yeah, no matter what time that was going to be said, it's crucial. Everyone's fucking crucial. They're never employed it like, oh, this is a bit of a dip for us. Everyone's kicking their feet up, just seeing what happens. Oh, turn the pineapple on. Oh, do you know what I saw on TikTok, Micah? This is for you. I thought of you, and even though that does look more like a bomb, but an upside down pineapple.
I know. You don't need to carry on. I know.
No, I do. because people may not know, because I
You
didn't know.
don't. No one needs to know what an upside down pineapple means.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
I've got a theory, so they need to know because I've got a theory. So,
Okay.
so an upside down pineapple is like a symbol for swingers.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know much more about that than it's just sort of to say we're swingers, right? That's all. Like, it was no like, I don't know, like what I'm into. It's just that we swing or I swing or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be a couple to swing, surely. But
Yeah, ideally.
so I've got a theory that pineapple has got a pivot point on it, and you can just fucking twist it round, and then it's up. Yeah, and then all you do is you twist it back round, so it's normally upside down, and you're a swinger. So that's what I'm putting to you today.
You got you.
See,
God
Bus
Lord.
knows. They fucking were on to you, mate. It's not. There's no shame in swinging. Like what? Don't worry about it, mate.
You started off.
We're an open platform.
So, on that note,
Micah is our former host of the Rundown.
where is my former host? Where is the former host?
Yeah. I'm only joking.
No.
I did learn that about pineapples, and I thought it was immediately. So
no. So, but all right. Here's the thing: new CEO. I understand it. I get it. We need a CEO. Hopefully, we can get changes. Hopefully, things can go in the right direction.
Well,
all we can do is
see. I think that's like a quite generic, and I think it's a fair view to be like, we the guy needs a chance. We need to give him time. But let me just finish reading about because there is a little bit on him, right? So we get to learn a little bit about his background here. So, crucial time for the organisation, as well as responsibility of the day-to-day running of BAFFA as an organisation. So I know I'm stopping here, but I think that's crucial that we've now got someone full-time. Big improvement, right? Like that can't go ignored. That's a big deal. He will be instrumental in helping shape the next exciting chapter in our journey as a governing body as we move towards key funding milestones. So funding is going to be a focus for him.
Yeah.
And which makes sense. It sort of carries on from where Pete left off, and seek to make the most of the exciting opportunities presented by the Olympic participation. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Then Chad himself has said. So that was Nicole's words. This is Chad's. It is a very exciting time for British American football. There are an array of opportunities that are emerging. I'm honoured to have the responsibility to lead the sport, and I'm really looking forward to the challenges ahead. It is a privilege to be tasked with leading BAFFA to deliver a new strategy. I look forward in getting to know new colleagues, partners, and importantly, the football community. So the piece that I don't like there is the new strategy, right? Like we're 4 years into a 10 or a 5-year fucking strategy plan that apparently was agreed by the board. Does this now mean there's a complete, delivering a new strategy? So fair enough. We've already mentioned funding and Olympic participation, but yeah, that worries me a little bit because there's not stability, right? Like that's fucking rocking the boat a little bit.
Yeah, I get that. My thought process is that things. I get the new strategy means that we're going back. We're resetting back to zero, and we're going to carry on. We're going to start off again. I get that bit. Now, if the strategy doesn't change that much from what they've already planned, and they're just sort of incorporating, because now that Olympics have picked up flag football as an Olympic game, if it has now picked up to the point where it's like, okay, we have to factor this in, and we have to sort of work around in pushing flag. And while we push flag, we can get a better idea on how we can push the contact. Because, again, not a lot of people... I had a discussion on the weekend. It's like, not a lot of people like football, but they love NFL.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones where it's like, how can you engage people to go and watch a game on a Sunday that's close to them? Or watch one of these big games. But again... that is due to the product's not great. There's only I'd say 6 games that, well, about 6 teams that you'd want to watch that will be exciting matchups.
But what's wrong with watching? So, there's a whole fucking heap of non-league football that happens every weekend. It's got fans at it. You've got clubs that are just on that, that precipice breaking into the, I think it's 92. And they'll get hundreds, if not thousands of fans, 3,000-4,000. Football would snap your hand off for that, right? So I know that, and I think people get too hung up on this. I think that's a big problem at the moment, actually, is people constantly talk about, the product, all the helmets have got a match, and we can't even get this, and this, and this, and what about stands and all this sort of stuff, and
they will come.
And I think if you're going to wait for that, it's a thing that's never going to happen, right?
You have to start from start.
I think there should be some stuff to encourage people to participate in clubs, in obviously watching the sport, get them engaged on social media. Like that's for me more realistic growth. If you're waiting for something to be pin perfect, that moment will never fucking happen, and because of that, it will pass you by. Yes, but do I agree that helmets should all match? Yeah. Do I agree there should be proper chain crews? Yeah, like they're not bad ideas, but they're not. They shouldn't be barriers to entry, and they shouldn't stop things. Like people say to me about like live streaming. Like I've spoken to some clubs, and they're like, "Oh, well, yeah, we've just got all of our uniforms sorted now, so you can come and live stream us." And I was like, "It's got nothing to do with your uniforms. Yeah. Like we're not. It's not about a particular look or certain things being in place, or even the level of play. It's just that people want to engage with the content and like the sport.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if we're waiting for something perfect, it will never arrive, and we need to just don't let that hold us back.
Yeah, I never expect anything perfect because again, I work with a semi-pro team as well on when the football season's back on. But sometimes, like even there, sometimes there's things that you can work on to make things better. But that's all you got to do. Now, if we're expecting everything to be perfect instantly, then we're all fools. Let's be honest. We're all fools because no one's ever perfect. Let's look at all the best footballers in the world. They were never perfect when they started out. So again, they're not even perfect now. So there's always development. There's always development that needs to go. The Premier League's not perfect. Like Jesus.
Someone's put. So I just want to pick up a comment here. So anytime a new head of comes in, they will want to put their ideas and strategies into action. Well, and again, I think that's a question needed to be answered by him, because the CEO's changed, but the board hasn't, and the board were the ones that were defining the strategy. Pete was supposed to be executing it, right? And that's the same here. It's the chief executive officer, so you're here to execute on a strategy, not necessarily define one. Although, I agree that person should and could be involved in a change of it, but that doesn't mean there has to be a change just because there's a new person in.
But
it does seem that there will be.
If it's a better change and something that's gonna obviously work, because again, we've got this 10-year program, and I've looked at it, and like the website needs updating. Like sometimes the website had old things on. I remember prior, but it's updated now, so it gets updated now. But I remember prior, beforehand, it was the same thing over and over. I was like, there's nothing new here. Sometimes I think like there's things that some people do, like the volunteers that they do, and they will some of the volunteers put in a lot of work, and sometimes it's like
Simon here with a really good one. Let's hope you can pull some strings and get some advertising in the NFL London. Yeah. For the life of me, I don't know why there isn't a 2-page spread in every single program for every NFL London game on Ripple. Why aren't you either leveraging your influence to get that, or deciding that that's a worthwhile spend? I'd much rather that money was spent on that to help the whole organization, like every single league, every single team in all the leagues in the country, than the money go to a GB program. And I know people hate me saying stuff about GB, but I'm fed up of the money being spent on GB that is made, that's for the members and should be looking at helping. Like think about it, if you were like a franchise and you bought a McDonald's franchise and you had your restaurant, and then McDonald's were like, "Nah, we ain't going to do no fucking advertising. You do your own." Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? You know, like, so while you do your own recruitment, you know, to try and get people to work there and stuff, it should be on. I think the national governing body should be doing more to promote the actual sport and let people know about it. That shouldn't fall on the shoulders of the teams. Not that they can't create that type of content, but their energy, a lot of their energy is spent on other things rather than saying, oh, you know, this is the sport and this is what you get out of it. You know, I know that does tie in a little bit with their recruitment stuff, but we're thinking more about from a fan's perspective here, right? When we say about the NFL working with BAFFA. So anyway,
I think I got annoyed. I will be honest. I got annoyed about. I think it was about 3 years ago when Simeon, Jai, Andy, and Chris all got invited to the CFL Combine out there in Canada.
Yeah,
and yes. I remember talking to them like afterwards, and apparently like the guys that came from like Japan, guys that came from other places, they had like a social media guy with them, like tracking progress, like being able to boost it out. Again, football in Japan is pretty big. It is.
Yeah, the X League.
But like you'd expect something to be able to push things forward. Like even those to celebrate them. Princess Late Middleton. Lord.
Hello, mate.
But again, I want to see what happens. Again, I'm not in a rush. I'm retired, so I'm just working around the media side now. I'm enjoying it. My photography is getting great. I love it all. But again, let's see what happens because there's nothing else that we could do, is there? So
just a little bit back on Chad's background. So Chad's background in sports governance spans more than a decade, at a time when BAFFA is on the cusp of becoming funded and recognised at the top table of British sport. And I think they're exclusively referring to flag football here, right? For that accolade. Al Hertson's seasoned leadership skills and track record in transforming change will be invaluable. His experience spans strategic planning, digital strategy, stakeholder management, finance, and commercial management. Chad is also held influential positions at Swim England and England Handball, where he played key roles in strategy development, stakeholder engagement, and business transformation. His contributions to those organisations underscore his capability to drive change and foster growth in the sports sector, without actually naming what those fucking contributions are. He was also previously the CEO of Birmingham County Football Association. He will formally commence his post later this summer, so no actual date, but hopes to use opportunities over the coming months to informally meet with stakeholders across the length and breadth of the sport. It'd be cool if he started showing up at some games. That would be awesome. But yeah, so yeah, my and I'll say my bit and then I'll fuck off, right? But I can see there's a lot of comments coming up. But so from my perspective, like I said, absolutely the guy needs to be given a chance. He needs to be heard. Concerns, if I've got any, I've sort of already aired them. The board hasn't changed, right? So if they just, if they just replace someone that used to only focus on getting money in by not adding revenue streams, or is that going to be a focus for Chad? Which is like, for me, that's like a pivotal question for his existence. We said. Now we don't know. It's not been open what Chad's getting paid as much as it was. Well, it was completely open with Pete, but we know there's money being spent on this guy, and he's working full time, right? So the whole thing with Pete was he needs to cover his salary in new revenue, and he didn't. He new revenue streams. All he did was whack up the fees for everyone, and that doesn't help the sport grow. So yeah, I that's my thought on it. Like the guy, apparently I've been told that the guy wants to talk to me at some point, which we'll see. I mean, I'm cool. I'm open to that. Like I know people always say that I hate BAFFA, and I don't. I'm critical of them. I want them to be good. They're not, and they haven't been. But one thing I will always say is that me and my platform, and like Sport Tank, will always hold people to accountable for their things, and that includes BAFFA, right? So if they're not doing anything good, we'll voice it. But if they are doing stuff good, we'll also voice that as well, right? It's just been a case that BAFFA for a very long time were just pissing everyone off, and then people were contacting us. Oh, can you post this about BAFFA? Can you post that? You know, like, and I hope that with this change, it sort of resets some of that, and re-engages people's hopes. But I hope that isn't, it isn't just like that they're just replacing like for like with Pete with the same mentality.
Well,
I hope Chad's got a bit more of a backbone, and will stand up to the board, and will sort of say, like, this is what's needed, and they'll listen to him. So I for me, the jury's still out. Great to know that this guy's coming in. It seems like a really good appointment, and we welcome him. That's sort of where I am with it.
Give him 12 months before I even begin to formulate an opinion. And I'm not saying give him 12 months before we lynch him. Know nothing about the guy. I'm not going to sit here and trash him or anything like that. Give him 12 months to, even if he comes out and he puts together a fucking an outline of where he plans to take the sport in the next 5 years or whatever. That's cool. I'm happy with that, because it's more than we got from fucking Pete. That's the thing. Pete was just out fucking, I don't know, spending money on pizzas and just.
No, that wasn't. He was spending money on cricket grounds as meeting venues. That was a classic, wasn't it?
Just drove me insane. The thing is, I'm more than happy to sit here and just sit on my hands essentially for 12 months and not pass judgment, not anything, because. Change can be good. If change is implemented well, change is very good. So yeah, definitely happy to give the guy a chance, give him to bring us hope. That's what we want. We want hope. They're so fucking, we're all so fucking cynical, deservedly, because we've just been given the shaft for so long. Over and over and over and over again. It's now gotten to where we're all so fucking over it that we're just oh, it's a new CEO. And you saw it from the comments that was straight up, and it was all it was just
wow. I was gonna say the comments, man, they were. I would say I haven't looked at it recently.
I haven't looked at it.
But it was probably about 75% negative.
Yeah, because people are so fucking No, it's not fair. It's not fair to Chad. I think it's fair to BAFFA.
Chad.
It's not fair to him. Yes, everyone's annoyed with how how everything has gone over the last, God knows how long. But again,
decade. I have been involved with Britball for 9 years now. I've been in the country for 10. I've been involved in Britball for 9 years. And it's been bullshit the entire fucking time that I've had to it's all I knew when I came over here was just the bullshit politics and the the misappropriation of funds and the lack of regeneration into the sport. So I'm all for Chad. Let's fucking crack on, Chad the lad. mad Chad.
Yeah, I've seen people dropping in nicknames for him already, and that's not fair. Cricket Pete earned that fucking nickname, right? So yeah, come on, let's not try and let's not try and force something on Chad.
Yeah, right, leave Chad alone. That's just not cricket, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Right, I'm dropping off. Cheers.
All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
G'day, bro.
Well, week 9, we are back. Well,
yes,
we're late, but
I was. I got life. Life gets in the way. You weren't even here 2 weeks ago. So you were off stabbing old ladies or whatever it was that you do in your spare time. So
that's not.
Don't judge me.
I was at a barbecue.
Don't judge me.
I was at a barbecue. Okay, leave me alone.
Yeah. Russ has just told me I'm a rookie. Absolutely, mate. I'm until I start sounding like you lot, you'll have to classify me as a rookie. So did you get to a game this weekend?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I traveled down south again. I went to London Warriors versus Cambridge Cats. And as I did say last week, if the Cats were able, if the Warriors started slow, then maybe the Cats could be in it. But the Warriors did not start slow. They scored on the first play, a big 45-yard rush by Andy Owusu. Scoreline was 65-0 to London Warriors. Yeah, it was mad.
It was a disappointing performance for Cambridgeshire for them. For them,
yes.
Like obviously you're expecting a big
shot by Warriors.
Yeah,
but they didn't. Cambridge didn't travel. It looked like they didn't travel with the size of the team that when I went down to watch them against Aztecs and the Blitz, the size of the squad didn't look the exact same. And is that because some of the Americans players weren't allowed off the base, or players couldn't make it? But Warriors took control of that game and they were steamrolling from the get-go, to be honest.
Yeah, big old dominant performance. And in a week when Prem Ball was topsy fucking turvy.
Yes,
and,
it was in the north, but in the south it was the same.
Like,
it was the same old story, isn't it?
Business as usual in the south. Yeah, good teams getting it done. I wanted to touch on a couple of things very quickly.
Okay.
One was the very brief chat that we had with the Breen. Well, you may have seen it. The brief chat I had with the Breens early this morning. They managed to upset a lot of people on Friday. They came out and said essentially that Darlington tactically forfeited a game to secure relegation last year. So by forfeiting that they would be a mandatory relegation from Div 1 into Div 2. And then they would essentially be able to go secure themselves a lovely little piece of jewelry in Div 2. Yeah.
Sounds like
So they were stirring up the pot that the Cats essentially didn't want to compete and just want a free ring.
Well,
sorry, not the Cats, the Steam, not the Cats.
Yeah. Well, that sounds very interesting. But there was something else that was in that chat that confused me.
So, from then it went to talking about the Mavericks and the Exiles and the Olympians and everything, sort of touching on and everything. And obviously we had the Olympians Exiles stream yesterday. What was that? I saw comments about a fight. Was there a fight?
I'll be honest, I have no idea. I turned on that stream for a quick 30 seconds, saw the score was 7-2, and I turned it off. I was like, yeah, I don't have the time.
Because that's the second time that I've seen talk of fights during an Olympians game.
It's not surprising. Like, again, when I was there, we didn't really have any fights with teams because we were trying to play football. We were trying to get promoted back up to the Premiership. But yeah, fighting in the heat of the battle, cool. But once the whistle's done, you stop. You hurt them during the play. I've had threats. I remember I've had threats when I was playing in uni. A player literally said to one of the players, meet me in the parking lot, innit? Meet me. And I was just like, this is a game.
Is this a hazard? Is this a hazard of playing in London?
Apparently so. Huge fight. Old players being restrained from making his way across the pitch.
Take on
Exile. You know what?
2 O's ejected, 1 exiles. So that's the thing. This is what I was. Someone mentioned that the player was ejected, and then later in the game went back on the field for afters to go get the guy again.
Do you know what? Do you know what doesn't make this? Do you know what doesn't make sense? Someone says it there. Someone's already said it. What doesn't make sense is that this is a contact sport. This is the only game. This is the only game where you're allowed to physically dominate another person and move them however you want them to. That's it.
My favorite thing is people who fight with helmets on, and they start swinging when they're swinging when the helmet's on. It's like, what are you doing, you fucking moron?
All right, hold up. All wrong. Can you explain by all wrong what was wrong? One ejection on both sides. Okay.
One ejection on both sides.
Okay.
Again, no idea. No idea. Well, I didn't see the stream. I literally just, all it is I'm seeing a little bit of a trend. This is the second person who I've seen comments of talking about ill discipline from the O's, fighting at the O's game. And I just wondered, like, because I knew that you'd played for them historically. Was this something that was?
No, it wasn't. When I was there, that wasn't a thing. We held each other to a standard where it's like, if you want to carry on playing, there's no point of us trying to hold your head. If you want to start a fight, I remember we had one guy that said that he was a quarterback, couldn't throw a ball, couldn't drop back 3 yards, couldn't drop back 5, couldn't take it under center snap, couldn't even take a bloody normal shotgun snap, and tried to call himself a quarterback. He threatened one of our players, said, "I've been to jail, I'll stab you." I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I don't know. We kicked him out after that. It was like, you need to leave because we're not down for this nonsense.
So Michael's just said that he's had 2 players this year. He's heard 2 players tell other players to meet them in the car park, not just a southern thing. So I'm assuming he's based in the north. Bass mentioned that no one swung blows, so it should have just been a penalty. And then Adam said on the stream, the announcer said 2 O's and 1 Exiles player. So Adam could be wrong. He's just repeating what he heard on stream.
Yeah.
But
so
are we seeing sort of a pattern here? Is my question. So I'm 55 on the O's, who apparently got ejected, but I was still playing. Are you the guy who got ejected and came back on the field after you'd been ejected? Because I heard about one of those guys.
Nah, I don't think he's not. I don't think he's not that type of player.
Okay.
But again, I don't know. I'd have to watch the stream. I'd have to pin my eyelids up to watch the stream and watch it back. But
wake up to watch the stream.
That's just a lot.
So Cameron's mentioned that the Vikings game at the weekend was a few handbag situations after plays on the live stream as well. So just sounds like everybody was going at it this weekend.
Yeah. Well, good on you lot.
Just play ball.
The Vikings,
just play ball.
Yeah.
Just play ball, man. Like,
well,
everybody stepping on the field is paying to play right now. Like, you're not paying to have a fuck. Like, if you want to pay to fight somebody, fucking go do boxing.
That's the thing that's really wild, isn't it? That's the wild part. You fight to get yourself kicked out, so you miss a game, and you've paid all the money to miss a game. It's confusing.
It doesn't make sense. Like the thing is, it's the whole trying to prove how you're not tough, trying to prove how tough you are or whatever. Like, that makes no fuck prove how tough you are. Like, if you're a fucking offensive player, run through the guy. If you're a defensive player, lay him on his ass. Like, that'll prove how fucking tough you are. Like, man, it's just it drives me insane that it just becomes. Yeah, so Jack's just mentioned a load of shit from both sides. Vikings, Phoenix, neither team were in the right. Phoenix had 1 ejection for multiple unsportsmanlike conducts. Your number was called as being ejected on the stream, but saw you were still playing, so assumed it was a number error by the announcers. So they called 55 and it should have been 66 or something, possibly.
66, yeah. Man,
I don't know, man. It's just
the announcers need to get glasses or something. But
to me, it just shows like a lack of intelligence.
It's wild to pick a fight when you pay to play the sport. It is.
Yeah, see, I'm a big fan of this. Good old physical game either way. So shout out to the Exiles. Some of us had a laugh after and left issues on the field. 100%. What are you chasing people for in the fucking car park? Like, just leave it on the field.
Yeah.
Leave it. Just everyone is tough when you have 30 plus players and coaches to separate you, so you can say, meet me in the car park. Fight or dogging.
Oh God. All right. Let's leave. We'll come back to the Exiles and the Olympians. We will come back to this situation.
All right, where are we starting?
All right. Let's go from the bottom again. Let's start. let's do the usual. Start from Division 2. Because the Premiership was very interesting. Yes. So we had Division 2 West, Swindon Storm 3.
Talking about a fucking snore fest.
Berkshire Renegade. Berkshire Renegade 7.
No. I'm supposed to be positive. I'm supposed to be positive.
Oh,
I'm not supposed to. I'm not.
You came in and you went positive from the get-go, so that's done.
No. I can do this. I can do this.
You can't do it.
So Dunk, I'm assuming, was for the Exiles. He mentioned he was against 55 most of the day. It was a hard battle with a few dirty hands, but shook hands at the end of it. I'm assuming dirty hands just means like a hold here or there sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. Offense versus defense. 55 is a defensive player, so I guess slap to the air hole. I love that. I love doing that.
But yeah, Berkshire Swindon just.
Yeah, 7-3. I got that one right? Or did you...
We both did. We both picked the Renegades. Ain't nobody picking the Storm. I think I picked the Storm earlier on in the season, and I learned from my.
Are you regretting that ever since?
Literally, last time these two teams played, week 6, I picked the Storm. You picked the Renegades. I learned my lesson. I say that it was a 4-point differential. Like,
yeah. It's a 4-point differential again. But all right, cool. So yeah, we've done with that one. Division 2 East, Essex Trident 40, Ouse Valley Eagles 18.
Mate, I'm enjoying the Tridents this year, bro. Tridents are spicy.
They're kind of showing that combining teams seems to be working out for them.
Bro,
again, they're playing spicy, against. Again, they're not playing against great talent. Well, they're not playing against teams that you.
Ouse Valley aren't terrible. Like
they're not terrible.
They're Div 2. They're like a middle of the pack Div 2 team.
Yeah, but again, like it's surprising to see how well the Tridents have done so far.
Aaron's just mentioned SFC2 West is going to get demolished by the Plymouth Vanguard next year. Do we know? Did they fill all their fucking association games? Because I remember a few weeks ago we were talking about this. I hope they did. 60, 70 at home for Essex. Tridents had a big deadline date. They did. We saw all the signings for the Tridents popping up on the. I think Steve or Hatch was sharing them on Facebook and stuff as well.
Oh,
they
wow.
So Ouse Valley travelled with about 30-ish. So
it's not bad. This is better than some teams.
It's a decent. That's an average away traveling squad. I think
it is. Like again, most teams don't travel to away games very well. Some teams can't even travel to their own home ground very well. So
Trident's Ouse Valley had the most Brit ball touchdown he's ever seen. Trident's blocking whose punter collects it, gains 5 to 6 yards, fumbles it, and the Trident scoop it for the score.
Oh.
Brit ball!
Let's go. That's bad. I'm sorry. No, but it's like look, for Essex Trident, it looks like it's a fun way that they want to go. We're 5 games into a brand new club, new coaching structure and committee. What team, please?
This is Tridents. This is Scott's with the Tridents. Yeah.
Okay.
So Scott was a big part of the Spartans when the Spartans were around. I think he went from captain to coach to part of the committee. So he was massively involved with them, and then he's obviously been a driving force as part of this merger. And as it stands at the moment, I would say you guys are doing right things. Yeah, exactly. Trying to do the right things and how we build the club. Everything that we've seen in terms of the on-field product that you guys are outputting says that you are. So,
well done.
Congratulations. Colchester was scouting the game again.
Of course.
100%.
They're probably going to face them in the playoffs at some point.
Yeah. Are they? No, they're same division.
Are they? No, I can't. I'm not going to look.
So Vanguard play Royal Navy on the 29th and then away to Bristol Apache on the 28th. Still looking for another home game. Happy to host a game after the season. So there we go, guys. If there's anybody watching that your schedule is running to the end associated with the team, involved in management and stuff, hit Simon up. The Vanguard still need another game on their schedule. So let's get that going. And everything we've heard about the Vanguard, they're a well-run organization. They're putting out big numbers on the field, not only on the scoreboard, but just manpower-wise. We're all fucking sick of Torbay. We're all sick of Cornwall. Give us a Southwestern team that we can enjoy. God damn.
I was about to say that.
Let's give us this game. Give us this
game.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations, Essex. You lot are doing the right thing. And the 30th of June is the rematch. Big game.
2 weeks.
Although
2 weeks until we see.
Did you not win your first matchup against them?
Colchester. Colchester won the first one.
Barely. They won by a point.
Yeah.
They won by a point.
Yeah.
Right.
And as David said, winner is 99.9% getting the 1 seed. Winner is like, I get if Essex win and then it goes to a split series and then, you've got to fucking work out on second and third tiebreakers and things like that. But if Colchester wins, 100% they've got the 1 seed, they've locked it up. But love to see an Essex upset, bring this right down to the wire for this division. So this is for like Div 2 as a whole has been pretty disappointing, but there's been some bright spots.
Yeah. There's some teams that are exceptional, which we're about to talk about one of the teams next. We're going to Division 2 West. Lee Miners 12, Staffordshire Surge 27. Surge are doing what they're doing.
4-0? 4-0? 5-0?
Other than having their other than getting annoyed and angry, but they're doing
Wait,
well.
Surge are getting annoyed and angry?
That the Breens peed off?
Why are the Surge getting annoyed and angry? What's going on?
I thought they were the ones who the Breens
Steam. No.
Good Lord.
That was the Steam. Is it me or you?
Okay. It's me. It's
going
me.
To shit right now.
I think it's me.
Wise. Okay.
I think it's me.
I've got a new laptop, so I don't know if it's mine.
I generally think it's me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's normally fine, but randomly now it's decided that it wants to play about. Okay, so I got the wrong team. Okay, but the Surge are doing great business. They are what, 4-0?
But no.
Oh my gosh, is my Wi-Fi really?
No, it was the Steam, the Darlington.
This is really bugging me.
I don't know whether you're crashing me or.
It's me crashing. I'll be right back. Just give me.
I can't tell. Mine's going poorly as well. Oh, and we've lost them. And I don't know whether Micah. I think Micah might have been the.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Better? Apparently, I was crashing too.
I'm back.
Apparently, we were both just ending.
Fair enough. I need to get a new dongle. I need to get a new dongle for my ether wire. Then screw it.
Bro, I'll see if I can get work to send me down. I'll cable up your house for you. All good. I got you covered. I'll get you, mate. I'll put in a data point for you so you can just plug straight in.
Hey, I like that.
If not, I think I might have some adapters I can send to you for power line. So essentially, it works like a having a router right beside you, even though you're in a different part of the house. I'll talk to you after it. I'll talk to you offline about it.
Yeah.
No, so it was Darlington's team were the ones that were in.
Okay.
Not with me, with the Breens, because the Breens were the ones.
Apologies to the Surge. You lot are doing fantastic. Apologies,
mate. Surge are 4-0. Chaz mentioned they're going to be 5-0 next week. So
cool.
Them. I'll put Sandwell in there, but them, Sandwell, and Darlington are kind of the only 3 teams worth really paying attention to for promotion In the north.
Yeah.
Again, no disrespect to the Tridents or the Glads. It's kind of a 3-horse race for promotion.
It is. It's
if we look at the, because the thing is, Gateshead have only lost one, and they lost to Darlington, but they lost bad to Darlington.
It was really bad, wasn't it?
Yeah. So and then we go across to the west, and the Steelers have only lost one, so the Steelers lost to the Surge, and I think that was a rather close game. Yeah, it was. It was a 4-point game. So yeah, I'll put the Surge and the Steelers in there and say, look, they're the two teams in the north that are going to be our promotion teams, along with
everyone else.
Along with this team. They're going to be the three teams that are fighting it out for promotion right now. So
yeah, it's possible. Again, Staffordshire won't really face anyone solid until, I guess, playoffs.
When do they play? When do they play Sandwell again? Because obviously they only beat Sandwell by 4.
They will play Sandwell. No, they play Lee. They play Lee again next week.
Right.
It's probably not for
Sandwell's got Lanks next week.
Yeah, it's probably not for a while because I'm looking and I can't. They
2
play
weeks,
again on the 30th.
3 weeks.
30th.
3 weeks.
They play again on the 30th.
Okay, cool.
So again, that will be an interesting game. But I expect the Surge to probably win that game.
I mean, they would be favoured. I would say they'd be favoured. But if you're Samuel, everybody's talking about the Surge being undefeated and everything. So you only lost by 4 last time round. You only lost by 4 last time round, and you're at home this time round as well, I believe. No, they play a third time.
They play 3 times.
They do because it's a small division.
4 teams. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're at home on the 30th, and then they play again on the 21st to the 7th.
And,
so
it's very difficult. And it's very difficult to beat a team 3 times in a season, in the regular season anyway, at least. Anywho, we'll come to that later on. But yeah, congratulations, Surge. And we move to Division 2 East. Darlington's team, 26. Wakefield District Raiders, 13. We played that shit.
So this is the head coach of the Darlington's team right here. Played shite this week. Prop to Wakey, did the homework, and I think we played a little soft, if honest. I was very curious what the fuck happened.
26 and 13. Didn't they play recently as well?
This was a result that just when I saw it, I went, seriously, because
to be fair, look at
Wakey haven't won a game.
No, but looking at the scores of their last couple games, other than the only close one that they really had was against Lincolnshire Bombers, and that was week 2. That was their second game.
And apparently Lincolnshire rolled out an entirely different team to what they've had the rest of the season in terms of
matchup.
Yeah.
So
is that
Queso? It's Queso at the top. What?
I don't know.
President break my.
So Wakefield shut out Lincoln last week, 19. Oh, okay, right. So they have. That was the that game hasn't been updated on BAFFA's website. So that's the game that they've won. They did win 19-0.
How does that? Actually no. We'll get into that later. I'm not even gonna bother.
But it's just I have no idea what's going on. This is a Steam team that blew out Doncaster 70-21.
Yeah.
They nearly put 50 on the Senators, and then
go and only score 26 against Wakefield, which.
So Adam said none of them are happy with that. With the W, none of them are happy with it, but they'll take the W, fix the issues. Wakey lost to Donny and then sat up like the Undertaker and won 19-0 and a strong performance against the Steam. What the fuck?
That is brilliant. That is beautiful.
It was though. That's the thing. They lost 41-26 to Donny, and then the following week, Donny got fucking double fisted in the ring piece by the Steam, and then Wakefield's we only lost by 15 to Donny. You beat Donny by 50.
Let's see what you can do.
Make this a competitive game.
Oh, we had 3 called back. Okay.
It's just Britball maths. It's Britball maths.
It's a bit of
Darlington beats Donny by 50. Donny beats Wakefield by 15. Darlington beats Wakefield by 13.
Yeah, why not? Hey,
it's just Div 2, but there's three good teams in Div 2 North at the moment.
That's true.
That's all there is. There's 3 good teams. Like I feel like even with their record, Gateshead kind of feels a little bit like pretenders. Like especially the way that they got fucking manhandled by Darlington when they played them last time. So
very true. So
they've only lost one. They've lost one. They've scored 182. They've allowed 80. But they just got fucking destroyed by the top of the table. And so, yeah, it's 3 good teams in Div 2 North at the moment.
Yeah. So,
let's get to Div 1. Let's get to Div 1.
Yes. Division 1 Central South. Portsmouth Dreadnoughts 51.
They did it again!
6. Another 50 burger, but Oxford scored this time.
On the Saints. Like, what is going on?
Well, we look at the beginning of the season. We said that the Saints were going to go down, and it's more probably evident now that it's done and dusted.
Are there people that are literally just turning up to play Oxford? Like, mate, they have scored. They've scored 101 points against Oxford and allowed 6. They've only scored 94 games all fucking season. They've scored 194 all season. 101 of them came against Oxford.
That is kind of crazy, isn't it? That is crazy. And then you sit there and you look at Saints. Obviously, they got 24. They scored 24 points, conceded 194.
That's the thing. Saints conceded 194. 101 of them to Portsmouth. And then I'm pretty sure Rushmore put up 50 on them as well.
Rushmore put up 50, and then Stallions struggled to put 37.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, but Stallions are going to get a bit of hate by me right now. You're the only team to not put 50 points on them so far. Hornets haven't played them yet, but Stallions are the only team to not put 50 points on them so far.
Hornets are trying to figure out if they can get out of the game.
True. If Hornets forfeit another game, I think they go automatic to or is it Division 2?
I think because they forfeited one. I think they're.
Can't forfeit again. Can't.
I think that's the thing. Oxford's not going down. I think it's yellow card, red card from what Steve was saying. So yellow card means they go so there we go. Saints might not go down because of the Hornets forfeit, but who knows with BAFFA rules? I'm pretty sure because of the Hornets forfeit, they go down. Which I don't know if that's good or bad for Oxford. Like
it might be bad because
they need a reset year, man.
They need a year where they don't have to stress about trying to stay up or what. They just need Division 2 probably is calling them. Maybe they will ask for the relegation down to
they'll be hoping for Ooze Valley away. They'll be looking forward to Swindon at home.
Oh God. But yeah, it's a tough outing for Oxford because it's just like they're just.
Yeah, there we go. So red card, yellow card, red card. Yeah, so 1 forfeit gets you relegated, 2 forfeits gets you straight into associate. So right. I don't know if we'll see another forfeit from the Hornets just purely because I don't think they would survive becoming associate.
No, but unfortunately, sometimes some teams we need to get a couple teams out.
Yeah,
but again, if they don't forfeit again, then they'll be in Division 2 next year, and they'll probably just win it and come back up, possibly, depending on what happens.
I don't know, man, because that's the thing. Like, how does it work? Is it both teams that make the final get promotion?
I don't know with Division 2. I have no clue. I'll be honest.
Because that's the thing. Is it automatic promotion for both finalists?
Division 1, yeah.
Because if it's automatic promotion for both, plus 2 of the Hornets.
It might not be. It might be whoever gets to the finals. It might be because East Kent and Shropshire are the only 2 that got promoted last year. Wait, no, did Humber
came up last year.
So I guess it is 2 teams that get. I guess it is 2 teams from Division 2 that get promoted. I guess.
Yeah. So Aaron's saying used to be 2 up, 2 down when we had 2 divs. So then that's the thing. If it is 2 up, 2 down, then with that, and I had a fucking train of thought and it's gone. No, because you were like London would just win and bounce straight back up.
Yeah, but what happened?
They probably no, that's the thing. They probably will, because if it's 2 up, 2 down, both Colchester and the Tridents will go up.
Yeah, but with 3 divisions, it might be different. So we don't. It puts it out.
They can't send 3 down.
You can't, because there's not enough spots. They'll send 2 down. I guess it's the worst team.
It sends out Div 1.
Worst team will get the worst 2 teams in Division 2. Division 1 will go down.
Yeah. So Charlie's just said, if a team is 5-1, for example, for some godforsaken reason has to forfeit 1 game, they get relegated. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, you can't.
Because if you're forfeiting a game, you are not a fit organization. Because you're either forfeiting it because of not player safety. We haven't got enough numbers. You're not a good organization if you don't have enough numbers. If you are forfeiting a game, you 100% should be relegated. I don't give a fuck if you're 5-1, 6-0, 1-5. Doesn't fucking matter. If you forfeit a game, you do not deserve to be in that division, because you cannot fulfill your fixtures. You are ruining the season for the other teams in your division. So. For the division, the loser, it will have to be whoever has the worst record, the worst 2 records in the Division 1. That's what. So Hornets are one team potentially. So 2 into 3 works in Scotland with no D2 Scotland. Absolutely. Which division loser doesn't go down from Div 1? I'm assuming it will be who's
the one who has the best record. Whoever has the best record out of the losers. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, but what's the other division look like
Oxford,
in this one?
Oxford
it's Norwich. It's Norwich.
Yeah. Oxford and Hornets are both 0-4. Then you got
Norwich is 0-6.
Yeah, but they played 6 games, more than anybody else in that.
They haven't fucking won one though.
Hereford are 0-4.
Hereford are 0-5.
Oh yeah, they lost. Well, it hasn't been updated then. And then obviously Norwich are 0-6.
Ugh.
So again,
this is so fucking messy. I think Oxford stays up because of this.
Maybe, but it depends how I don't know how it gets looked at or how it gets done, but yeah.
Because the messy the messy thing is, even without the Hornets, you would have 3 teams, 3 divisions possibly going down.
Yes.
What if you were in Div 2 and automatically?
Norwich did forfeit last week, didn't they?
So this is what Aaron's talking about here. So there we go. Norwich forfeited last weekend, so relegated. So that's the 2. Norwich have forfeited.
Norwich and
the Hornets have forfeited.
He wants to go down.
Hereford could go 0-8, Oxford could go 0-8, and Norwich go 0-8, and the Hornets and Norwich have a forfeit. Yeah. So going back to this though, it's the Hornets and Devils automatically down. Then what if you were in Div 2 and had to forfeit?
Associate, I guess.
I would assume you would have to go to associate.
Yeah, because that just makes a bit more sense. Div 2 will have 12
games. Simon's amped. The Vanguard are going to get 12 games next year. 4 teams are coming down. They might they might fucking relegate 4.
They might actually be safe.
They might relegate 4 of them and then just realign to
make 2 divisions.
Divisions.
Make 2. Yeah, because it worked better when it was 2 divisions in the south and then 2 division up in the north. Well, you can't because
and then you've got Scotland. No, but Scotland will just fucking become. I don't know.
Yeah,
make Scotland like fucking Notre Dame in the American, where they're not actually a division and they can just
fucking. They have to travel to play.
They can pick and choose who they want to play.
But no, 50 points again, Oxford. It's kind of a bit wild,
mate. It is what it is. That team has again. If someone from Oxford here wants to dispute me on this, but that team has given up, man.
Oh gosh.
Simon's just said that would make sense. First assignment for Team Chad is to make Scotland like Notre Dame and let them pick their schedule. Yeah, that Oxford team, they have given up. They have. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we saw players leave at the transfer deadline. I think there was a couple of players that we saw announced going to other teams. So they are. Oh, wow. They're done. They're done.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about the other Division 1 game. Well, the 2 other games in South. Obviously, we had the walkover. East Kent Mavericks got the walkover against the Norwich Devils. This week,
this week, Portsmouth travels to Inverness.
Lord.
You have to have an online rock paper scissors to see who plays away.
Right. So yeah,
you'd be fucking fuming at your coach
I
if he lost the rock paper scissors, and you now have to journey to the other end of the country because he's shit.
It would be insane. But
The Mavs.
So talking about the other game that actually got forfeited was this game. East Kent Mavericks got the walkover over Norwich Devils due to not having enough players.
What a joke.
They did try a lot, I guess. They played a lot of games with limited players. I guess it got too much for them.
So juicy. I saw something on this.
Okay.
Apparently, Norwich rejected somebody trying to transfer back. I
heard about this. I heard about this, and I didn't think it was true because
So
it was sort of a question of you don't have players. This person must be very, very toxic that you don't want them back.
Yeah. So I was sort of a fly on the wall, listening to a couple other people involved in Britball talking about this, and apparently the player had played with Norwich for years, been with them since like 2016, 2017, something like that. Moved to London, so he transferred moved to London, transferred to the Exiles, and then he moved back out to East Anglia, and he transferred to Ipswich, and he was playing for a little bit. Because he was sure that the Yanks would get picked over him at Norwich. Didn't enjoy it at Ipswich, wanted to transfer back to Norwich, and they said no.
Didn't happen.
You know what the spicy part about this was?
What?
Apparently, and again, this is all unverified. Like I haven't spoken to anybody directly about this. I was just over sort of reading a conversation. GM at Norwich was on holiday when this was happening. Didn't know that it had been rejected, and came back from holiday and was fucking fuming because they were short on players.
Wow.
I should say allegedly.
Yeah.
Having seen the Devil at the Blitz a few weeks back, the problems with all the coaches, with all the players, although coaches did more. Players being screamed by players screaming at each other, and coaches not saying a word. It just sounds like they're fucking falling apart at the seams.
Yeah, done. It's done.
They could do with a fucking associate.
They need to combine with Ipswich and just done.
Oh, that's never going to happen, bro. That is never going to happen.
I know it's never going to happen, but
that's like saying there's too many Premier League teams in London, and Spurs need to combine with Arsenal. No, that's my point. That's literally what you're fucking asking.
Yeah, I know it's never going to happen. I know. But yeah, so that game was done and dusted. East Kent Mavericks don't play another game for. They don't play next week, do they? No. Oh, they do. They play Olympians.
Oh, fuck off, Aaron. Aaron, you're in timeout. That's so bad. That's so bad.
But yeah, again, East Kent will play Olympians next week, so that'll be a very fun matchup.
Is there just fucking? Is there bad blood between like Exiles and Olympians and Mavericks?
I don't think so.
No,
not that I know of. If there is, I don't know. If there is, I don't know. But I assume that all the players that are at the Olympians are new players. Okay. Most of the players at the Exiles are new players.
Right.
And then all those that are at East Kent Mavericks are all players that have played probably different places, but have all gone there, that live in the area. Although I did hear a very funny story that apparently one of a receiver, this is what I heard, a receiver from East Kent Mavericks wasn't getting a game time, but transferred to another team in the Division 1. I think it was Exile. I think it was Kent or the Olympians, and basically was shouting out on social media saying, "Gang, I'm getting them back. I'm getting the win back." I was like, You best hope that you get the win this weekend because that is embarrassing. Because yeah. But talking about Olympians, live stream, we did talk about it briefly. Well,
Russ, we're not getting philosophical on this. This is way too philosophical. Like I come from a secular country. I'm not going to sit here and argue this with you.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But Olympians 17,
so Olympians Exiles,
10 Exiles 9.
Here's our first split. This is the first time me and you went opposite ways.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? Yeah, let me give them a bit of shout. Let's see what they can do.
Did Nana play?
Huh?
Did Nana play?
No, he was commentator.
Ah, okay. Someone because I thought because obviously there was a little interaction with you talking about how that man is dust and he ain't playing running back, and then I saw him comment.
He was dust. I said he ain't playing football no more. Don't try to put words in my mouth.
And then I saw like the interaction for you guys like yesterday afternoon where he asked if you caught the game and you said it was like Snorefest, and I thought you were commenting that like specifically because I thought he'd played. No,
I was at the Olympia. I was at the Warriors game. I turned it on for like 10 seconds, saw the score, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm done."
Turned it on. Heard Nana's voice. Turned it off.
But yeah, so that was again. We've spoken about this game tirelessly already beforehand. Olympians did what they did. Ken Exiles, I'll back you lot.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, mistakes were made. But there wasn't a mistake made in the North Midlands. We did say it last week.
What a transition! Who are you? What have you done with Micah?
But we did say last week, win and you are in. Shropshire Revolution 25, Birmingham Bulls 19. They heard us. They heard
winning in, baby.
Winning
in the playoffs.
They are in the playoffs, and they will probably be traveling up. Well, they will have to travel up north. But Shropshire, this is their second time in the playoffs. They were promoted last year.
I was going to say,
now they've got the option to potentially get promoted again.
Let's go the Revs. Hey. That was a big old winning in. I did say, like, again, we don't really talk about games of the week and everything like that, but I did say if there was a game that I was really going to be paying attention to, it would be this one. And huge for the Revs.
Massive. And we both obviously picked the Revs, so that I want to know if the QB threw a pick.
Yeah, how many picks did we get from the Birmingham QB? Somebody from Shropshire. How many picks did you guys get? Like, and how many has he thrown this season? And that's the thing, man. Like, we joke, but it was like 16 picks in the first 3 games or something.
Yeah, first 3 games. Yeah, first 3 games.
First 3 games. It was 16. It was 16 picks. It was nearly 6 a game. Because he threw 6 in his first, he threw 6 in his second, and then he threw 4. Yeah,
like
so
there's
you
only
can't
so
throw.
Much.
You can't throw 16 picks, and that's ultimately going to, be something that's going to tell on their story for the season. Like, they're now 6-2.
But
North Ant's got the win against Leicester.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's probably going to give Birmingham that little safety net, having Leicester in their division.
Well, they've still got a game against. So that was the thing. It was everybody plays Nottingham, and then Birmingham still had a game against Leicester, and they had a game against Shropshire, and then they lost the Shropshire game. So congrats to the Revolution. Like Aaron says, you've earned a surprise, a trip to somewhere in Scotland.
Oh, that's so sad. That is so defeating. Oh God. I couldn't. I'm sorry, but if it's that long of a trip from. Yeah, no.
Shropshire.
What is that, like 6 hours, maybe 4 hours?
Yeah. Where's Shropshire again? It's like
I couldn't even tell you. It's near Coventry side, so
yeah. I think it's like I think Telford. I think Telford's in Shropshire.
Shropshire is near Wolverhampton. It's more closer to Wolverhampton than anything. Yeah, it's on the other side of Birmingham. It's on the.
I would say that's probably a 4 to 5 because you can go straight up the M6 to get to like Glasgow. So
yeah, okay.
I'd say it's probably like 5 to 6 hours up to sort of where like Clyde Valley and Inverclyde and stuff are. Don't have to worry. The Stags aren't making playoffs this year, so
you ain't got that you ain't got that travel to do.
No,
but,
you don't have to you don't have to go to Inverness, but you will still have to go to either Glasgow, Clyde Valley, or Inverclyde,
unfortunately,
which is still about sort of probably 5 to 6 hours on the M6.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, Division 1 Midlands, both teams that we expected to win showed out. They showed out.
North Ants secures their next what's that? Their third win of the season, I believe.
Yes, third win. They're 3-3. Again, it's unfortunate that they have the teams that they have in their division because again,
well, they've still got another game against Leicester to go.
Yeah,
they've got another game against Leicester, and then they've got the game against Nottingham. So they ultimately can finish 4-4 and feel good because I think they were promoted last year along with Shropshire.
Yeah. So again, it seems like teams that get promoted and do well in their first year are doing well. Their social media game is strong. Northant's social media game is very strong.
Has been strong for years.
And they're starting to put things together. And again, they did have a lot of, from what I was told beginning of the season, they did have a lot of influx from some prem teams as well. So again, they're putting things together. Let's see what happens. If they finish the season strong.
The main thing about it is you've survived the season. That's the big thing. You have survived the season, and you're now getting to be able to sort of, you've got another Div 1 season again next year. So it was a big thing for them to be able to survive that season, and then actually I think they were still I think there might have been a Div 1 team still looking at this. Div 1 Scottish, Div 1 South. No, they were Div 1 last year as well. They were 4-6 last year. 4-6 last year.
They could end up 4-4. From what I'm being told now by Grant, that they could still make playoffs potentially.
Only if there's 3 teams making playoffs.
5 teams could be 4-4 in Division 1 with Division 1 North and Scotland. So I guess it'll be the best.
Oh, so essentially there's
points conceded is going to be the tiebreaker. It's not first and second auto.
Oh, okay, right. So it's just the best 6 teams,
I guess so,
in Div 1. Right, okay, cool.
Interesting.
That's spicy. That's real spicy.
It's 3 winners, and then it's 3 winners, and then
the next 3.
The next best 3. Wow.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay,
that's very
they could
cool.
actually still make playoffs.
Yeah, damn. Because obviously they could go 4-4. There's multiple Scottish teams that look like they could go 4-4. So just having a look up there. Inverclyde's 4-1 at the moment. Glasgow is 2-1, and Clyde Valley's 2-4.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah, no. There's only one team.
So Inverclyde and Glasgow.
Yeah, it'll only be one team from Scotland. Then
whoever wins the division, probably.
Yeah. And then it'll be between Yorkshire Rams.
Well, that's the other thing. It's the fact that fucking division is just a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
With the Rams, the Giants, the Romans, the Alphas.
Exactly. So
God damn it, Rams as well.
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see. We will see. We still have, I don't know how many weeks we got left. We still got probably 2-3 months.
We both picked the Knights to win the game against Leicester.
That's all we need to do.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought they would win by more.
Yeah, I could see that.
Purely because I didn't think Leicester would score as much as they did, is what I mean by that. Like, I felt like Leicester scored more than the way that they've been playing this season. I felt like Leicester scored more than they should have. Yeah,
and obviously it hasn't been updated on the BAFFA website either yet.
No, so you'll have to grab it from ours.
Yeah, because again, it's great to see teams starting to turn it around, but again, it's too late for Leicester to potentially do it.
Oh,
but
yeah, no,
33 points to 42 is
That was the thing. The 33 is what really surprised me.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't surprised by the 42 from Northants, like against Leicester.
I
was surprised by the 33.
Yeah. So, current rankings. Hold up.
Because you look at the other 4 games that they've played. They've scored 61 in their other 4 games, and then they came out and put up 33 in this game. So
interesting. So I've just got a message, and they've got the current rankings of making playoffs. Nottingham, obviously, no surprise there.
Obviously,
Everclyde, Yorkshire, Shropshire, Glasgow, and Scunthorpe. That's the current rankings at the moment.
Scunthorpe,
yeah, that's the current rankings at the moment. But obviously,
I suppose the big 55-6 win.
Yeah,
right. So we'll jump divisions. Into that division, we'll talk about the Scunthorpe. We'll talk about the Scunthorpe game. We did both pick them to beat Humber.
55-6.
That's a right thumping.
Not yet. I expect the win from Scunthorpe, but yes. I do feel so bad for Humber.
Humber's really weird season because they came out of the gate and they I'm pretty sure they beat Sheffield in the first week, if I remember.
They did beat Sheffield in the first week. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and they came out, beat Sheffield in the first week, 14-7, and then
ever since then it's just been a steamroll over them, and it's just been I do feel bad because again, they've done things sort of the right way, but then it just keeps going, and oh my gosh,
measurements and playoffs on point difference, I'd be fuming. That would be horrendous.
Well, it could potentially
score more. Don't let your opponent score as much.
There we go. But yeah, look,
55-6. See, and the thing is, this to me now is it's the inconsistency of Scunthorpe.
Yes.
Because we literally just saw them lose last week to the Romans. Or is that the inconsistency of the Romans? Like, where is the inconsistent? I don't understand this division.
No. And what makes it worse is that division is a very tough one.
Yeah, because it's been rough in Div 1.
Yeah, the only team that's really sort of got the leeway is Yorkshire because they're 3-1. Yes, they've only played 4 games.
But they're weird as well. like
they only
got absolutely like
they only lost
like a glove.
They only lost against Scunthorpe.
Like doubled them. They put 40 on them.
You got to sit there. You're just like, I don't understand this division, and I'm kind of getting to a point where I don't really want to try guess. I don't want to try and pick a game to win anymore because
mate, like, I got no idea. Like
it's just.
I thought Sheffield was like on the up, like especially after the Humber game. I was like, mate, Sheffield, this is their time. And then they go down 20-0. They go down 20-0 to Yorkshire. And then they've got Yorkshire in 2 weeks. Like I don't know what to do with this division now. We both picked the Romans, and we were wrong. Yorkshire 26, Chester Romans 10.
Because if we looked like. They didn't. They weren't meant to.
They looked like the hot team.
It's just wild. It's wild. It's confusing. We both lost on that one. That's for sure.
That's the first. That's my first. That's my first incorrect pick.
Yeah, I'm 2. I got 2 losses then. Oh yeah. Oh no, I got 3 losses. Sorry. We're gonna go to Scotland.
Yeah.
See, I said the thing is, no, what's annoying? I said it last week. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. Clyde Valley Blackhawks 27, Everclyde Goliaths 18. Are you taking the piss,
bro? The cat treat jar 5-1.
The cat treat jar knows Scotland. It knows
the cat treat jar called the upset, my man.
It's just stupid.
I was so negged when I pulled Blackhawks out of that box and I saw it on screen.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I said it last week though. But I did say last week, yeah. Didn't I say it last week? I guarantee they're gonna go win now. I said it. I knew it was gonna happen.
Tony's in here tooting his own horn. Keep it PG, Tony. Don't be tooting on camera. He called it last week. Clyde Valley took the lead, kept the game close, and eventually wore down the Goliaths. That's what happened. Is what Tony said would happen. Anyone can beat anybody in the NFC 1 North. It's really crazy. Second half will be interesting.
Yes,
I think Lewis might play for Humber because I saw him before. He mentioned that it's been rough in Div 1, so I'm assuming that's based on them getting promoted this season. I don't know what the hell's going on in Scotland. What's the wow?
Playoff structure for Division 1.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm still trying to figure. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to figure. So the 1 and 2 get a bye.
Get a bye. Yep. And then
3 will face
6. 4 will play 5.
Face 5.
Yeah.
And then obviously
that's pretty standard.
Yeah. And then
does it reseed? Does it reseed?
I don't know. It doesn't say it here, but
then it will. It will. So what will happen is it will be 1 and 2 get the bye.
Then 4 and 5
will play. 3 will play 6. 4 will play 5, and then
3 and 6 will play 1. Apparently, 3 and 6. 3 and 6 will then play 1, and then 4 and 5 will play 2.
Wow! So no reseeding.
No,
because obviously, what you'd want is if 3-1 and 5-1. It doesn't really. I was going to say, as Nottingham, you'd want to play 5. You'd want it reseeded, so you get the easier. Yeah. But Nottingham's not going to give a shit, to be honest. Like Nottingham. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's rude of me to say they're not going to give a shit. They will care. But Nottingham, I don't think will be troubled at all. But
until it gets to the Division 1 final where they're probably going to face East Kent.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a team in the North that can beat them.
No. They're too strong, and I feel like they're too powerful for everyone else up there. So
has anybody mentioned about the Revolution having to paint their pitch before the game in some proper Britball fashion? No,
I didn't even know that I didn't even know that even happened. That's interesting and funny.
Oh my god! I have been a part of a lines painting crew before a game, like not right before a game, but like kickoff was at 2. Got there for warm-ups and everything at like 11, and the lines hadn't been painted. And it was, right, get the little tracker thing with the paint, get out there, mark the lines up.
Oh, God.
Clyde Valley D played superb.
Good. They did let in 18 points, but that's good.
That's
good.
One loss so far for the Catterick Jar.
Yeah. Again, Scotland is wild.
NFC 1 North is more wild.
Yes, that's the tough one. I do feel bad. I do feel bad for Humber still, because it's
it's week after week for them.
Yeah.
Ooze Valley do that too. They have a little robot that does it. Oh God! Apparently the Revs were out there with little white spray cans, bro. Come on, guys.
That's bad. But
I have played on a field back in New Zealand where the lines were just mown, so there was no paint. It was just mowed into. So it was long grass, and then they just mowed the lines in.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Nah, bro. Because after people start running, the fucking grass flattens down, doesn't it? You can't see the lines. Oh, it is not smart.
No, there's got to be a way that it could be done, unless Screwfix with
the Revs MVP.
But now that we've finished with Division 1, Division 2, we'll move on to the obvious games that we expected the outcomes to be. Bristol Aztecs 47, Hertfordshire Cheetahs 0.
Ouch.
So I turned on that stream, I think at halftime. What's this?
Hang on. The Revs gave a shout out to Screwfix on their Instagram.
Hey, check it. No. The Revs are looking for sponsorships. Hey, smart move. They can get sponsorships from that, then hey, that's perfect for them.
One of the older refs told me about a pitch marked out in duct tape. That can't be real. That's a lot of fucking duct tape.
Yeah, that can't be real.
That is a lot of duct tape.
That's wild. But anyway, we digress. So I turned on this stream I think about half time for the Cheetahs versus Bristol game.
Yep.
And I saw a comment that made me die. It was, Victory has thrown more interceptions than completions.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to look at it again just to
Hang
make
on.
sure.
What did you say? He's throwing more interceptions than completions.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn. But hey, like, well, for the Aztecs, I did expect it to at least hit 50.
I thought they might score. I thought Hertfordshire would score. I don't know how much I thought they would score, but I thought they'd get one.
A field goal potentially. Again,
I don't know. I thought they would get something. Same thing with the Cambridgeshire game. I thought both teams
would have happened.
I thought they would put points on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a point there. But it's a bit of a wild one. Again, they're both again, Warriors beat Cambridge 65-0.
65-0, yeah.
And both teams are fixing for the Premiership Championship next week. Let's just call it what it is. The South Premiership next week. That's who gets crowned number one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've still got playoffs and everything to go through, and any given Sunday and everything like that.
But then it's home field advantage. That's what they're fighting for next week. So both teams have tuned themselves up well, ready to run into this week, go into practice this week on a high, a very big high for both of them. Both shutouts as well. So,
I mean, the big thing for me is, like, obviously Bristol plays London this week, coming off of their drubbings of their respective opponents. Those respective opponents also play each other this week now. So Cambridgeshire is hosting Hertfordshire this week.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be a very interesting one.
So that is that's the fight for third place, because I don't think the Blitz are doing it. Solent is going through a rough season. They're getting relegated. They're getting relegated. I mean, I don't know if they'll win a game. I said at the start of the season I didn't think they'd win a game. I don't want to backtrack and work in half.
They play the Blitz next week, so that let's see what happens. Let's see.
If they're going to win a game, it's the best chance.
That's the only game that they're going to win. That is the only game they're going to win, and if they don't, bye.
Yeah,
but yeah. Both teams, Warriors and Bristol, we expected a win. Getting ready. They're getting ready for war. Let's just put it like that.
That's the thing. Like, I look at that 65-0 scoreline over the Cats, and I go, they didn't take the foot off the gas. They probably didn't put backups, and that is, we've got Bristol next week. Let's work on shit.
They had a mixture. They did have their backups. So they had to make sure everyone was up. Yeah, they had to make sure everyone was up to scratch and everyone was ready to go. But everybody was on point on yesterday. They were all on point. Everyone was on point. Yes, there were a lot of flags in that game yesterday against the Warriors and Cats. There were a lot of flags. There were a lot of holding calls. There were a lot. The Warriors got pushed back, but they gained the yards back pretty easily. So it's one of those ones that they're working things out. Everything's starting to tick. Everything's starting to make sense, I guess, to everybody. So if you ain't doing nothing and you can watch that stream next week, hey, there's a great game of football that's probably going to be on.
I'm working every weekend this month at the moment.
You got a mobile phone?
Yeah, but I'm working. Like, I'm not like a desk jockey, like a desk job employee can sit there and just fucking.
I know.
Data entry.
I know. But going off of that, going to a game that we did not expect.
What happened?
Did not see this coming. Tamworth Phoenix 26, Newcastle Vikings 24.
The Phoenix rises from the ashes.
The second place in the North might not be sold up
wide
at
open.
All. Because I was driving home, and when Chris put that in the group, I just had to go, what, final score? Because I I was actually quite shocked on what was going on.
And the thing is, right, I'm wondering what's going on with Newcastle because they have
not been doing as great. Did you mute yourself?
8-0 versus EKP.
You muted yourself, by the way, at the beginning of your sentence there. Stop touching whatever you're touching. You're back.
Hello?
Yes, you're back.
I don't know what happened there. No, all I was going to say, yeah. Fuck off, Aaron. Proper boomer technology take. Just dunk. Yeah. I'm taking it back to 2020. Doris, you're on mute. You're on mute, Doris. Just for everybody had those Teams meetings, those Zoom meetings, just the worst things in the world.
Oh man,
what is going on with the Vikings? Because they went 8-0 versus EKP. Now they lose to Tamworth. And we got. I think I remember someone saying last week that the American wide receiver was injured last week.
Yes, that was.
Is that just the offense is gone now without him?
Maybe, but the only thing that's in the Vikings, actually, Tamworth and Vikings both have 2 losses.
Yes,
they both have to play Manchester again.
Yes,
and they will both have to play each other. Yeah, they'll have to play each other again.
Yes.
So that rematch is going to be very interesting.
So they get a bounce back. Newcastle gets a bounce back this week because they play the Nighthawks. Yes. So free game there. Whereas Tamworth has to travel. Tamworth is hosting Manchester. Yeah, Tamworth are hosting Manchester. It's a tough run for Tamworth because they've got Manchester and then they've got EKP the week after. They've got to travel to EKP the week after.
Yeah, so it is a tough one. But if they can come out of it with a victory up from Scotland.
The Vikings play 2 games in the next month.
So everyone's going to get healthy.
They play 2 games. And guess who those 2 games are?
Merseyside.
Merseyside and Merseyside.
Well, they get 2 bounce backs. That will push them to 6-2.
Yeah.
It should push them to 6-2. At the moment, anything. Well, no, that's a lie. It will push them to 6-2.
It will push them to 6-2. I don't know why I said there's no should. That will push them to 6-2. And then we take it like essentially they've got one more against Edinburgh, I want to say, and then they've got one more against Tamworth.
This one was good. We're both down.
The battle for Scotland. We were wrong. Thanks for that important input there, Micah, with the yawn. We were wrong. We were wrong. And we both picked EKP. So Tamworth down at half, managed to turn it around in the second half.
It will.
Yes.
What will? Space, Earth, the moon.
I don't know.
It will. I don't know.
I missed all of this. So James says, looks like so this is talking about the Vikings. Looks like they have a wide receiver depth problem. Vikings are up 2 scores versus a safety at halftime after a change of formation and plays. Tamworth pushed through a lot of positive drives. James mentioned the American wide receiver hurt his Achilles. Vikings had all the Americans at the game. EKP won the game more, played better. Wolves had way too many penalties and a TD called back as well. A receiver stepped out and then back in and caught the TD. Oh, no, baby, what is you doing? You can't step out the end zone and step back in. You learn that when you first start playing the game. You can't be doing that at Prem level.
Not everyone learns the rules.
You can't be doing that at Prem level.
You can't.
You can't be doing that at Prem level.
But 13-3.
Mate, it's a slog fest. It's a big win for EKP because
that pushes them to 2 and 3.
Exactly. They put some one game behind Tamworth, puts them tied up with the Wolves, and they've got who have EKP got coming up? They've got Tamworth in 2 weeks.
EKP, they don't have a game next week. So
they've got Tamworth in 2 weeks. They've got Manchester 3 weeks after that, and then they've got the Wolves a week after playing Manchester. So
it's going to be. Whew.
EKP's defense was great. 5 INTs for EKP.
I ain't gonna lie, I saw 5 nits. I was like,
"Oh, wash your hair, bruv."
Yeah. But yeah, know what? Congrats to East Kilbride. But then they pulled it back.
They are the best team. They're the best team in Scotland at the moment.
Yeah,
they are the best team in Scotland.
And then we had the obvious result of 58 Manchester Titans 58, Merseyside 6. I was expecting a bigger score. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought we might get close to. That was the thing. I said last week that we would either see a massive scoreline or we'd see something around about 40 to 50 because they'd get up and just pull the numbers. You don't want to risk a freak injury in a game like this. Like
if they even played any of them in the first place.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like
so
for Manchester, they've got like I don't know if you can say anything to no, that's not fair. That's not fair. They have got a toughish run. Like they've got Tamworth next week, and then they've got EKP about 3 weeks after that. So, and they're both on the road as well, both road games for the Titans. So, again, it's Manchester. Like they are arguably the best team in the country.
Yeah. So it's difficult to really.
Yeah, so Jack's just said that that Merseyside even scoring against them is impressive for sure. Absolutely, like that 6 points massively. But EKP's QB1 and broke his collarbone is done for the year.
Oh,
well, it's a good thing that Edinburgh gets to play EKP once more to actually decide who's the best team in Scotland.
Nothing will ever top UE 98 Birmingham Lions
0. Jesus, I don't pay attention to uni ball.
I'm intrigued. Well, I'll be intrigued this year just because of the national prem. So we'll see. But that was week 9. We are moving on to week 10.
Get our predictions.
Predictions time. You got your spreadsheet up? Ready?
We are. I have. I'm just having a look, mate. We went 2 for 5 in the Prem.
2 for 5. Wow.
2 for 5. The only games we got all 3 of the North games wrong.
2 for 5.
We got all 3 of the Northern games.
We really did. No.
No, Manchester game. Sorry. We did. There's no way.
That's why I was very, very shocked on that one.
Yeah, so I had so what was it, 17 games?
Yes, we had 17. About 17.
So I went 14 and 3.
I went 13 and 4, didn't I?
No. You went 12 and 5.
Oh.
You picked the Exiles, the Romans, the Goliaths, the Vikings, and the Wolves.
Ugh. Great.
So lovely 12 and 5. So the ground that you made up on me a couple of weeks back
has gone.
I've pulled that back.
It's all gone.
And the cat jar. The cat jar is now
5 and 1.
5 and 1, baby.
All right, let's roll. So we have it interdivision. Yeah. Week 10.
Interdivisional game.
We have interdivisional match in Division 2. Ipswich Cardinals versus Berkshire Renegades.
Oh.
No.
Right. Okay. So James is saying that the EKP game QB broke his collarbone last game. And then the new QB delivered the win against Edinburgh. So massive. Nice. Big ups. Bring back Uniball. No. Where's your power rankings?
I have a.
We need some for next week. We commit to a promise that Micah will have his power rankings next week for you.
All right, I'll have one next week.
Don't be intrigued, Micah. UWE will slap everyone and not concede a point the entire season again. Don't be concede.
No team. No, as great as actually.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It probably will. Maybe.
Right.
I don't know. I've never seen a team go defend. Not had a point conceded on twice in a season.
Invincible, yeah. Back to back. No points conceded.
I've never seen it before. So.
That's the thing. I'd never seen a team.
It'll be something.
Any points.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. To be fair, that uni final, I think everybody in the crowd were hoping that Durham would have scored a field goal or something just to ruin that
Come
goal.
on, kick it. Kick, yeah, 100% kick a field goal.
That was insane. But week 10, interdivisional match, Ipswich Cardinals versus Berkshire Renegades. I'm going with the Renegades.
I'm gonna take the Cards.
First split already.
Yeah, I was gonna say right off the bat, we're getting a week 1 split.
I don't know about this one. Division 2 West. We got Cornwall Monarchs versus Swindon Storm.
Berkshire.
Yeah, Berkshire. Yeah. Oh, whatever. We do this every week. No,
we don't. They don't play every week.
Division 2 West.
I'm taking the Storm.
I'm taking the Storm too.
I refuse. I don't care if they win. I refuse to pick Cornwall.
I can't. Division 2 West in the north, we got Lancashire Wolverines versus Sandwell Steelers. I'm gonna go with Steelers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers. You say that like that's the underdog. They are not the underdog.
Yeah, I know. I just say it. I say everything like that. We got Division 2 West, Staffordshire Surge versus Ley Miners. I'm going with the Surge.
Pretty sure this is just a repeat of the game we just saw.
Exactly, it really is. Really is.
Yeah, I'm taking the Surge as well.
Division 2 East, Lincolnshire Bombers versus Donny Mustangs. I'm gonna go with the Bombers. I swear to God, if I lose this game,
mate, this feels painful. Yeah, Bombers are at home. I'm gonna take
Bombers
the Bombers.
Are at home.
I had to look to see who was at home. If the Bombers were on the road, I probably would have taken Doncaster.
It would have been wild if that happened. We have the first game of the doubleheader of next week. Oh. We have in Division 1 West, we have Bristol Apache versus Hereford Stampede.
So undefeated top of the table versus winless bottom of the table. This could go either way. This could 100%.
Let's go Apache.
I have no idea who's going to win that game, but Bristol, I guess.
And then we have Division 1 Central. We got Rushmore Knights hosting Oxford Saints. Rushmore Knights by 50.
Oh, Common Oz L take again. What have I? What's this about? What is my Common L take again? Is it the? I wonder if it's the Doncaster Lincolnshire.
No, I think it might have been the UE. I think
it couldn't be. We'd moved on. Like this has only just come in. Like I haven't talked about
1 minute after we. Yeah, maybe actually.
Mikey, what's my L take? Which one? I wonder if it's because I picked the. Could have been because I picked the Cardinals when you picked the.
Maybe he is a. Ooh. Maybe
I wonder.
We'll find out. Rushmore Knights versus Oxford Saints.
Oh, undefeated versus completely defeated again. How can you exactly? It's just like it's anyone. It's anyone's game.
Yes, anyone could win. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Knights in this game.
Well, anybody at Hereford.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Like it's just. Like, oh, what do we do? Rushmore versus Oxford. Are you 50 in a donut?
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I think they will get 50.
What about a donut?
Yeah. I think Knights will get 50, and they'll
because they conceded about 20 or something to them last time, didn't they? Last time they played. I think. Portsmouth's the only team to shut Oxford out this season, possibly.
Don't rare. Oxford's got 18 points, actually.
Yeah, see, I thought they put about 20 on Rushmore last time they played.
It was 56-18. Now, I'll do the donut. I'll give Rushmore the. Actually, I'll give Oxford probably 2 field goals.
not even a touchdown without the PAT. 2 field goals instead.
I'll give them the 2 field goals.
Jesus.
Next game in that division.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be happy about one of the teams. It's Wembley Stallions versus London Hornets.
Oh, I'm not happy about either. Fuck him. I don't even want to pick this game. That's a common common L take from Oz right there.
Yeah.
That's a hard sentence to say. Common Oz L take.
L take again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
I'm struggling with that.
It's a bit much. This one,
do I have to pick one?
Yes. I'm gonna go Stallions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Stallions.
Yeah.
I'll take the team that hasn't forfeited a game.
Wow, we've got a lot of games this week. Jesus, a lot of good games too. We have in Division 1 East, London Olympians versus East Kent Mavericks. Now, this game finished 21-20 last time they played.
We managed to piss off someone who represented the Mavericks last time we
don't know how, because all I've done is give praise to the Mavericks, so I'm still trying to figure out how I pissed you off, but that was fun. I'm gonna say it's good. I'm gonna go with the Mavs.
You called out their timekeeping, bro.
Yeah, I called out the Olympians timekeeping. So how was that even a?
You're on the Mavericks hate train. Just admit it.
Yeah, I take it.
But join me on the dark side with
even though
light, apparently.
Even though I'm on their dark bandwagon, whatever the crap it is, I'm taking the Mavs to probably win this one. I said that they'll probably go undefeated until the playoffs, until they get into the finals. So I'll take the Mavs.
I'm taking the Mavs. I think the scoreline was a lot closer than maybe what the talent level would suggest between the two of them. So I'm taking the Mavs.
Okay. In the next game in Division 1 East is another game, the first game of a doubleheader. It's the London Blitz B versus Kent Exiles. Jesus.
Have the Exiles woken up from last week?
Blitz put on a good show against East Kent Mavericks, if I remember.
I legitimately read this, right? I read this as missed the start, too busy drinking water. And I was like, damn, Martin. How many fucking pints of water have you been drinking? You're an hour and a half late. Holy shit, man.
It was great seeing you, Martin, on the weekend, by the way.
Did you have a good chat with him, did you?
Yeah, he was the
Warriors game.
The Warriors game. Yeah, he reffed the under-19s and then the Warriors game as well. So
awesome.
Yeah. I don't know, this game is difficult. Both teams are coming off of a loss.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with an Exiles win.
I'm taking the Exiles.
Yeah.
Martin's still recovering.
Yeah. We have Division 1 North, Midlands, Northants versus Nottingham
North
Caesars.
Midlands. Yeah, shout out to Northants.
Midlands, yeah.
Well,
but I'm going
got your win against Leicester, but I'm not. I do not think that I will pick against Nottingham this entire season, and I'm talking playoffs. I'm talking everything. I think they beat whoever the South sends up to them. I know that's where you're like,
It'll be a fun game. It'll definitely be a fun game, but we'll come back to that when it comes closer to that playoff time.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no games in Division 1 North, but we do have a game in Division 1 Scotland. We've got Glasgow Tigers versus Clyde Valley Blackhawks.
Well,
I don't really know.
That time again, folks.
Make sure you've got Goliaths and Stags ready as well.
So that's all four then?
Yep, all four are playing.
Right, okay. And hello, Zelda. Hang on, I gotta do treats for the cats first. Lance, there you go, buddy. No, you don't fucking want it? That's cool. Dickhead. Zelda.
Just called the cat dickhead.
Yeah, I gave him a treat and he just sniffed his nose up at it. Cunt. Right, okay. The part of the show that everybody's been waiting for. We have the Stags. They're gonna go in the jar.
Yep. So we're doing Stags versus Goliath first. Then.
I'm just chucking all 4 in. There's 4 teams. I'm chucking all 4 in. So the Stags are in the jar.
That should be
What do we got here? No, it's the Goliaths.
Okay.
They're going in the jar.
Oh boy.
Hey man, this is the part that everybody sticks around for. The Blackhawks, they're going in. Fuck. And then the last one
is
it's supposed to be the Tigers, but it says Goliaths.
Oh god.
So there's 2 Goliaths apparently. Whoops!
Well, the Tigers haven't really played in a while, have they? Or
Yeah.
did they play 2 weeks ago? I can't remember.
Right. Have I got a marker on?
Yeah, they played 2 weeks
I got a
ago.
pen.
Ooh.
Right. Tigers. Can we see that?
Yes.
Right, that's going in the jar as well.
All right, pick your 2, I guess.
The lid goes on. We give the jar a shake. All the cats come running.
They come running, but don't want it.
Take the lid
makes
off.
sense.
And what do we got? We got one here.
Yeah.
The winner of the first game in AFC 1 Scotland is Clyde Valley. I have no idea who Clyde Valley is playing. Hello, Louise.
Clyde Valley are playing the Glasgow Tigers.
Right. Clyde Valley beats the Glasgow Tigers.
Screw it. I'm going to split it. I'm going to go Tigers. Screw it.
And then the other one. We've got one here.
They better not say Tigers.
It says Goliaths.
Okay, so you've got Blackhawks and Goliaths to win this week, and I will take Tigers and I will take Goliaths as well.
All right. Blackhawks, Goliaths. Oh, you're not going to split both?
Nah, I don't trust the Stags.
That's fair.
So
right. Cool. So you're taking the Tigers. Perfect.
And then we both got the Goliaths. Well,
everybody's favorite segment.
Yeah. All right.
Now we move on to the they were bought off a homeless man in alley.
They've been crunched up and put in cat treats.
No, because
yeah.
I was gonna make you your mama joke, but I'm better than that.
That's why I intervened and said something.
I'm positive. I'm being positive.
Apparently, the Stags are not at home. On BAFFA, it says that it's Goliath at home and the Stags are away.
Yes, according to BAFFA.
Yeah. So we got to Premiership South. The first of the
5 Prem games this week as well. God damn.
Yes, the first of the 2 double headers. We have London Blitz versus Solent Thrashers. I'm going with the Blitz.
I'm taking the Blitz.
Yeah, it just makes it. Solent just don't look like they're good enough to do anything, so we'll see. Then we have Cambridge, and then the next game we have is Cambridgeshire Cats versus Hertfordshire Cheaters. Both teams coming off of a donut.
Yeah,
I think Cambridge will win it.
I'm taking Cambridgeshire. I think they're currently the better team.
Yes. Now we have the second of the double headers, the 4 p.m. kickoff between Bristol Aztecs versus London Warriors. Hey, the Premiership South, the Premiership South Championship game. Loser goes to Manchester. That's how I look at this game. Loser goes to Manchester. That's it. But picking this game. The first game was fantastic. Unfortunately, it wasn't streamed. This game will be streamed. But if you didn't watch that first game, if you weren't there, It's tough to decide. I'll be honest. Both teams had their moments. Both teams are clicking.
While Micah goes on his big spiel, I'm going to take the Aztecs. I'm gonna take what the perceived underdog.
I'm gonna go with Warriors. Let's split.
I thought you might, so I thought we'd have a nice little split.
Premiership North. We have Tamworth Phoenix versus Manchester Titans. I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Oh yeah, mate. Next week we had tea and crumpets versus bottle of water.
That should have.
Yo,
that shouldn't have been so funny. That shouldn't have been.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Oh,
but it's so good.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's
wow. Tamworth Phoenix versus Manchester Titans. I'm taking Titans.
I'm taking the Titans.
And the final game in the Premiership North is Newcastle Vikings versus Merseyside Nighthawks. The Vikings have a bounce back.
Lovely bounce back there for Newcastle.
It should hopefully it'll be a big score. If it's a close, if it's a small, low score, I'll be intrigued to see what happens, to find out what happens.
The old get right game.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, but Mike Babata, you, yeah, that was
that's out of pocket.
Wow.
All right, we got 3 minutes left till 9:30, so we'll wrap it up with me sitting here as I work out.
Work out what?
Where we're at for the season.
Oh, I don't want to know that.
Oh, of course you do.
I'm like 10 I'm like 10 games behind again.
We haven't had. Yeah, you are. We haven't had the Wolverines and Surge or the Rams and Warhawks games rescheduled yet, have we?
No, they are still up for grabs, I guess.
Okay.
Oh.
I can't be asked. There's too many weeks now. My brain's not going to be able to do the maths. 9, 19.
Especially just didn't do an Excel formula.
Yeah, I should, but I keep adding to it.
Do it at the bottom.
The bottle of water. So dumb.
Oh,
it's so dumb.
Brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I'll work it out later on. I can't be asked.
Oh, fair enough.
Is anything that we're gonna before we go?
No, but I will be at Bristol on Sunday. I will try and make it. I'm going to try and make it for both games and see what happens. But I think apparently they're both playing at different locations, so I don't know how that's working out or what yet. I need to clarify with Bristol and see what I'll go on with that one. And then we will decide and see what happens after that.
Quickly hide that. See you later.
Yes, but
there will be
both are
power
SGS. Okay, both are SGS, so I'll be at SGS Filter next week. Hopefully, they can give me free parking. That'll be very favorable. But
get Aaron to hook you up.
Yeah,
Aaron, hook Micah up.
What we will see next week is potentially a team officially relegated. That's solid.
Oh, you meant from the Prem? I was like, well, we've already seen 2, so
yeah. So we'll officially see what the Prem team get relegated unless Solent pull off a upset. I don't see that happening, but yeah, if it does happen, then
they're staying alive for an extra week.
Yeah, that'll be wild.
I will be at no games this weekend, so you will not see me
because you'll be working.
I will be working this week and next week and every weekend in June, so it's good fun. I haven't had. I've had 3 days off in about the last 40. It's been good.
So that's wild. But yeah, if you want to see any pictures from any games that I go to Emirates Photography. You'll find them all there, working on the Warriors and the Cats game as we speak. So hopefully that should be up by tomorrow morning.
And where can they find you? Where can they find your sports takes on Twitter and Instagram if they want to harass you for power rankings and things?
They can harass me at Emirates Sports if they want to. Go ahead. It's there. So if you want to harass me. But we will.
And if you don't agree with anything else that we've said, make sure to message the Sport Hank page with massive amounts of animosity about how offended you are at our takes. Because I need something to read while I'm taking a shit at work, and it brings me great joy to see your tears.
And it's also fun to see the comments and have a laugh at.
I enjoy making you all so upset. But I'm a positive guy now. I'm all positivity.
Yeah, right.
Right. I'm Oz.
I'm Micah.
This was the rundown, and we will be back for catch.